1 Maccabees, chapter 16. John went up from Gaza and told Simon his father what Maccabees was doing. Simon called his two oldest sons, Judas and John, and said to them, I and my brothers and my father's house have fought the battles of Israel from our youth, even to this day, and things have prospered in our hands, that we have often delivered Israel. Yet now I am old, and you moreover, by his mercy, are of a sufficient age. Take the place of me and my brother, and go out and fight for our nation, and let the help which is from heaven be with you. He chose out of the country 20,000 men of war and cavalry, and they went against Maccabees, and slept at Madin. Rising up in the morning, they went into the plain, and, behold, a great army of infantry and cavalry came to meet them. Here was a brook between them. He encamped near them, he and his people. He saw that the people were afraid to pass over the brook, and he passed over first. When the men saw him, they passed over after him. He divided the people and placed the cavalry in the midst of the infantry. But the enemy's cavalry were exceedingly many. He sounded the trumpets, and Maccabees and his army were put to flight, and many of them fell wounded to death, but those who were left fled to the stronghold. At that time Judas, John's brother, was wounded, but John pursued after them until he came to Kidron, which Maccabees had built. He fled to the towers that are in the fields of Azatus, and he burned it with fire. About 2,000 men of them fell. Then he returned unto Judah in peace. Told me the son of Maccabees had been appointed governor over the plain of Jericho, and he had much silver and gold, for he was the high priest's son-in-law. His heart was lifted up, and he planned to make himself master of the country, and he made deceitful plans against Simon and his sons to do away with them. Now Simon was visiting the cities that were in the country, and attending to their meats. He went down to Jericho, himself with Matthias and Judas his sons, in the 177th year, in the 11th month, which is the month Seba. The son of Maccabees received them deceitfully into the little stronghold that is called Dak, which he had built, and made them a great banquet, and hid men there. When Simon and his sons had drunk freely, Ptolemy and his men rose up, took their weapons, rushed in against Simon in the banqueting place, and killed him, his two sons, and some of his servants. He committed a great iniquity, and repaid evil for good. Ptolemy wrote these things and sent to the king, that he should send him forces to aid him, and should deliver him their country and the cities. He sent others to Gaza to do away with John. To the captains of thousands he sent letters to come to him, that he might give them silver, gold, and gifts. He sent others to take possession of Jerusalem and the temple hill. One ran before the Gaza and told John that his father and kindred had perished, and he has sent to kill you also. When he heard, he was greatly shocked. He seized the men who came to destroy him and killed them, for he perceived that they were seeking to destroy him. And the rest of the acts of John, and of his wars, and of his valiant deeds which he did, and of the building of the walls which he built, and of his achievements, behold, they are written in the chronicles of his high priesthood, from the time that he was made high priest after his father.